But yeah, I know what I like about horse racing. What I can tell the punters who bet, it's not like soccer. I'm not saying they mustn't bet soccer, rugby, or any other sport. But horse racing, the horses are running in an interval of 35 minutes. So you always have a chance, in every half an hour you have a chance to make or to lose. So for me, it's become much easier.
Andrew Harrison is still in the bushveld, and you can hear by the tone of my voice that it's starting to irritate me, because I don't know how many weeks he's going to be away for. Maybe he's not coming back. Maybe he's gone to retire in the Kruger National Park with all the lions and the leopards and the springbuck and all that goes with it. But jokes aside, I hope he's having a good time, and he'll be back with us soon. Well, our bushy-head friend Andrew Harrison. But my oh my, it's been a long time. But nevertheless, we will look forward to welcoming him back with open arms, I think next week or the week after. It's hotting up, ladies and gentlemen, in KwaZulu-Natal. And before I introduce our guests for today, just to tell you why it's hotting up, there's plenty of action in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. There's, of course, the Tab Gold Derby and the Tab Gold Oaks coming up this weekend. We're building up to the Hollywood Bets Durban July. There's the final field announcement to come. There's the official Hollywood Bets Durban July. Gallop's happening at Hollywood Bets Greyville. It's all coming up in the next couple of days. And before we can blink, we'll know the winner of the 2024 Hollywood Bets Durban July. Today's podcast, they are guests, but they're a bit more than guests. They're friends. They're family. They are colleagues, and they're just very good human beings that I'm proud to call my mates, if we can use that term, in sunny South Africa. You would have heard the tones of Mr. Sanele Mchunu and the tones of Ndumiso Mngadi on Gallop Television, Gallop TV. They are the guys that have started the Zulu production, the Zulu previews and the Zulu commentaries on Gallop TV. And whether you are English speaking, Afrikaans speaking, Zulu speaking, French, any speaking, to listen and to enjoy these two gentlemen in their new roles is something unbelievable. So it gives me great pleasure to sit with them and talk with them on our podcast, In the Box Seat podcast. Sanele and Ndumiso, how are you two fine gentlemen?
I'm good, thanks. How are you, Warren?
Fine, thank you. Good?
We're good.
Now, today is Wednesday. We normally record on a Thursday. We're recording the day, the morning before racing, and you're both looking exceptionally smart. So you've got the day's racing awaiting.
Yes, Warren, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, we're looking forward for race meeting.
Right, let's start off with finding out about these gentlemen, whom I hope are not going to be nervous behind this camera, the In the Box Seat podcast camera, because we all know that this production is relaxed, it's informative, and it's just great fun. So let's start off with you, simulation, Sanele. Where did you have you always worked in horse racing?
No, I've been in the TV industry. I was working for SABC News and Supersport. Then I had to come back to them, and then that is when I was introduced to horse racing.
So SABC, not in SABC Durban, SABC Gauteng, is that right?
Yes,
okay,
yes,
so
yes.
you were a Johannesburg guy, eh?
Yes, I was working in Johannesburg.
Okay, sure.
And I'm from here in
Oh, so you were born here in
yes,
KZN?
Born here. I went there to work.
How do you find the differences between the two provinces to live and work in, Durban and Joburg?
Durban is much relaxed. Joburg, it's hustler's paradise, so it's difficult.
Do you think one day, I mean, it's always hard to predict the future, but one day, if an opportunity came up in Johannesburg, would you ever consider going back there, or is it just too hectic?
I would consider, but with caution.
With caution, yeah, absolutely. Okay. Ndumiso, were you also born here in KZN? Are you a KZN guy?
Yes, yes, I was born in KZN. I was born in KwaMaphumulo, the place called Ipamshela.
Okay.
It's where that I'm coming from. And now I'm currently staying at Welpetachworth at Chatsworth.
Okay, okay. And you were just telling me off air that before you were introduced to this industry and to Gold Circle and to this establishment, you sadly had no job.
Yes, I was having no job. I was unemployed at that time.
Sure. Well, let's talk about Gold Circle. How did you, I'll stick with you, how did you hear about this job? What were you applying for right in the beginning?
Okay, about this job, I was applying for a learnership. And that learning program was based on HR department.
Right.
But when I come there for the interview, they saw my CV because I did get a chance for a learning program at the SABC. So they see that I'm currently in the industry of film and television studies, and they said we have a TV department in this department, so we'd rather give you a chance to go and study more in TV department.
Okay.
And it's where I just introduced it into the department.
Sure, that's interesting. Okay. Simulation, his name is Sanele, but we call him Simulation, affectionately. How did it all start for you here? I mean, when you were in Johannesburg, SABC, was there a job advertised here? How did you get into this establishment, Gold Circle?
No, I came back from Joburg because my mother was sick at the time. She didn't want me to be in Joburg anyways.
Okay.
She didn't like it. She preferred that I would work in Devon. So I came back that time. Then it was tough for me to freelance in Devon. Then I had the job opportunity here at Gold Circle for betting operators.
Right.
That's when I came here to write the test. And when I did interview with Wesley, at that time was an HR manager, he saw my CV and said, why am I wasting his time?
Sure.
Because I'm a professional and there's a TV department here. And I said, yeah, I do know, but I don't know how to get there. Then he said, okay, I'll give you this opportunity because you're saying you're unemployed, but I'll keep your CV on the side. Whenever an opportunity comes from the TV department, then I'll forward your CV to your manager. Then that's what happened. When the opportunity came, we forwarded the CV, then I got an opportunity on the Gold Circle television department.
What was your first impression when you arrived at Gold Circle and you arrived in the horse racing industry? You know, now you're at the race course, you're involved with horse racing, betting, etc. What was your first early days, your first impression?
Sure, is to see the crowd. Yeah, you know, when I come here every day in the race meeting, is to see people around, crowd, working departments, different departments. It's made me like feel it. You know, I got this. I'm here now. I have to study more.
Okay.
Yes.
And you, Sim?
When I first came here, I didn't know much about horses and I didn't care about them. But the people that I was introduced to when I first came, when Raymond was the boss, he took me to work with Warren Lenfena, who was with me here in Kevin Shea. Then we started being friends. Then they started teaching me about horses. Then that is when my love for racing started. Because we were friends, we became friends. It wasn't like a presenter, cameraman. We became like one family.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And I suppose once the bug is bit, or once the bug bit, well, the rest is history, isn't it?
Yes, right.
The public might not know something very interesting about you, Ndumiso, is that you are, I don't know if it's part-time or if it's full-time or whatever it may be, but you're also a preacher in your church.
Yes. I'm a preacher in Free African Congregational Church that is based in Umlazi and surrounding with Durban because we have different branches. So I'm a preacher there. I'm a born-again Christian.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's something very interesting, and we don't, just for various reasons, religion, etc., on public platforms, we don't like to make a debate about. But what I do want to ask you, though, is it must be very rewarding for you to be able to go to your church, to be able to preach and know that you have some impact
Yes.
on people's lives.
Yes. It's inspiring me a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Do you like soccer? Are you a soccer fan?
I am.
Because I know you're not a preacher. I know you're not a preacher. I know you're not a preacher. We've learned that Ndumiso is. But so what else do you enjoy? I mean, what's racing, television, Gold Circle? That's obviously your only job. But what's your other passion?
I am a soccer fan, but I love cricket. I don't like cricket. I love cricket.
Okay, so you like cricket, you don't. So you can sit all day and watch them running up and down,
The whole
4, 6, all that nonsense.
Yes.
Okay, so cricket's your game, eh?
Yes.
Okay. Sports also, soccer.
I like soccer.
Who do you support? I don't know if that's a good question to ask, if maybe the answer is not conducive to what the public are listening to. Who do you support?
I know it's not a good team to mention at this point of time, but I like Kaizer Chiefs. I am a Kaizer Chiefs fan.
Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah.
Obviously, judging by you, say they're not. I know nothing about sports. You guys know that they're not doing well, are they?
They're not doing well in this.
Not doing well.
Yeah,
okay.
But I like the Kaizer Chiefs.
Like he's betting.
So it's not, how's that? Eh? It's not doing well like you're betting. We'll talk about betting just now. So Kaizer Chiefs is your team. I suppose whether they win or lose, you've got to support.
Win or lose, I'm still Kaizer Chiefs fans.
It's
I
the
like
same as
Kaizer
horse
Chiefs.
racing. We come here, we win, we lose.
Sometimes we lose, yeah.
We're still here. You've got to support.
At
You
the
can't.
end of the day, Warren, it's a game.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it's a game, you win, you lose.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to enjoy with them when they win. You want to be sad with them when they lose. Same with the horses. Same with racing. Who do you support soccer? Think carefully.
Orlando Pirates.
Orlando Pirates. Okay. So you're an Orlando Pirates man, Kaizer Chiefs man. Are the Orlando Pirates doing better than Kaizer Chiefs?
Much better, and we are rivals. Those teams are put from Soweto, so.
Okay, so they're rivals. They're rivals. Okay, let's talk about this new. Well, so in the TV department, the camera crew, etc. You race day operations, but all of a sudden, who came to you guys and said, we want to do a preview in IsiZulu. We want to do a race commentary in IsiZulu. This is Zulu province. This is the place to do it. How did it all start? I'll start with you, Sanele. Who came to you? Were you just sitting there doing your daily jobs and somebody popped up and said, this is what we want to do? How did it come about?
I was a producer there. We've been asking for ideas. Been asked for ideas, more ideas to call people, more people into racing. And one day my manager, Sherwin Singh, approached me and said, can you do a show in Zulu? Can you try? I said, yeah, if opportunity comes to me, then I'll take it. Then that's where it all started. Then he asked who was the next person who else can I do the show with? While I was thinking, then Privaj, which was my colleague, just mentioned Ndumiso. And Sherwin asked, can Ndumiso do it? I said, yeah, why can't he?
Well, yeah, and I must say, you know, when if you say Sherwin mentioned Ken and Ndumiso or yourself can do it, when I heard the news, I was, because we work in such in different roles. Obviously, I'm presenting, you guys are with the cameras, you behind the scenes, making us comfortable in our work, etc. I also did think, to be honest, can the guys do it? You know, because I didn't realize that, because it's a very different role. You know, it's like asking me now to go and commentate, for argument's sake. I can't do it, you know, but maybe I can. I don't know. So the most exciting thing is that you can do it. That's what you've proven. You can do it. It's obviously still a learning process, but you're doing it very well because it's being received by the public greatly. When your colleague and good friend came and said, come on, this is what we're going to try and do, what did you think?
I just came nervous, Warren, because it was a new thing, completely new thing. I never see myself in front of the TV. I always see myself in other side of the camera. Now it's like I'm getting the new thing, a new thing. Like I don't know how to explain this. Now when I get the call, they say, Sherwin Singh, our manager, wants to see you. I take the taxi because it was my day off that day.
Okay.
And I take the taxi, I came to work. When Sanele, because I came to Sanele first at the studio, Sanele told me about this thing. He said, Sanele, he gave me a moral before I got to Sherwin.
Okay.
He said, I know, Ndumiso, you can do it, but go to Sherwin and tell Sherwin that you can do it. I go to Sherwin, Sherwin asked me, that, hey, Ndumiso, I don't know. He said, I don't know. You can do it. I said, let's just give it a chance.
Yes.
Yes. Because he said, I heard about Denver that told me that you get a chance to be on the radio. I said, yes, because preaching and doing things for horse racing, it's a different thing.
Yes.
He said, okay. I said, no, let me just give it a chance.
Well, yeah, the story is just absolutely heartwarming and magnificent about how life clicks and how life evolves and how, given a chance, things can happen. And yes, these two gentlemen are still early in their road to where they want to go. And we're going to talk about where they want to go and what they want to do further just now. But, you know, we've over the years, as you both know, have had people come in from the public to do auditions to become presenters and to become racing analysts, and they speak beautifully and they have all the right things, but the knowledge of horse racing lacks. Now, every day we learn about horse racing. I'm not saying that the current band of presenters are know-it-alls about horse racing, far from it, but to take me and ask me to go and sit in a commentary box at the rugby, I can speak beautifully, I can see nicely, I can say it's a lovely day at Hollywood Bets Kings Park, but when the game starts, I've got no idea.
Yes.
So the point I'm trying to make is, how did you learn about form studying and betting and how to do things? Where did it, I mean, when you got here, did you just take an interest in it?
For me, firstly, I would like to thank Sanele, my colleague here, because he's the one knowing better than me. So every time if we'll be recording the following day, I'm come to him, I ask him, because this thing came, I didn't know thing about even in the computer form. I didn't know how to open it. I didn't know what to do and what to not. And then I always ask Sanele, what can I do? He sit down with me, this man, he teach me the computer from the scratch. He said, this is the one thing, this is the thing that you must look for. If you're studying the form, you must just look these minor things, look these things. And what else I can say is that I've been there for you guys, warranties and presenters stuff. Now I can able to understand what is it, what is happening, what is this game about, and then I just give the compliment to Sanele.
Yeah, sure, it's. I mean, to me, it's just a wonderful story, because although you were doing camera work and other work, you guys are just absorbing what's going on around you. I mean, you guys deal with, you see the jockeys, you talk to the jockeys, you introduce yourself, the trainers, the races run, you watch, you have a little bet, and I suppose it's just grown and snowballed from that, Sanele.
I would say I was quite lucky when I first came here, because I've worked with presenters all my life in here. So this is where you get most information. That's where you get most interest. Because if you're not interested, you're gonna get bored. So you'll take interest in anyways when you work around those people, especially when those people are becoming your friends. So you take interest as well. Yes. So that's when I got most of the knowledge, being around presenters, because we speak. We don't just work. We don't just do our work. We become friends and we speak. We talk a lot. Then obviously the only thing that brings us together is horses.
Yes.
So this is where you learn a lot about them.
The only thing that brings us together, he's just said it, is horses. It all boils down to the love of the horse, the animal. That's why I get so agitated when people say nobody cares about the horse. That's the focal point. That's what it's all about. That's why we do it. That's because of the horse. The gamble, the job, the etc. is all a so and so. It's a side byline. It's the horse is what we live for. The horse is what we cherish. Sherwin Singh, you mentioned Sherwin Singh, who's the head of the TV department. He is a gentleman that's, rules are rules, that's the way to go, which is fantastic. But he is always wanted his staff to grow.
Yes.
And he's always wanted to try and improve, upskill. That's really a good trait, isn't it?
Yes. That's good. That's good, Warren, because he gave us a chance that no one just can give you that chance.
Yes.
Because it's a huge chance. It's not just a small chance. It was a big thing for us. And then thanks to him because he gave us a chance.
You seem to be specializing in presenting, doing the preview shows.
Yes.
I hope one day, and maybe it will happen, that we can present together. You know, we can do a Zulu-English duo, you know, and with all our presenters. And maybe we do the first race interview in Zulu and the second race interview in English. And we can have, maybe in the future, that's how it will evolve. Please God, it does. Form studying, we talk about form studying. It's important. I mean, you've obviously got to know how to look at the form book. And you've done it well, simulation. Both of you have done it well. It's an important tool.
Yeah, it is very important because now you're telling somebody who's at home who wants to take a bet. So you have to be informed to inform him.
Because they might not have a book. They might not have the form with him.
A book with him or her. So we have to be informed first, so you can speak about what you know, not what you think. Because what you think doesn't matter to that person, but what you know.
Yes, yeah. You do the presenting.
Yes.
The preview show presenting. You do the preview show presenting, but you also doing the commentary. How did it work out that way? Are you not comfortable maybe to do the commentary? Why is it something that you specializing in? How did that work out?
No, we're just waiting for the confirmation to our manager because we know that some running time I might be getting chance to do the commentary as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. But for now it's
just simulation.
Okay, simulation. Are you liking that? Are you loving that? Because listening to your commentaries, that's why I said at the beginning of the podcast, whether you English, Afrikaans, Zulu, Spanish, whatever you are, to listen to the excitement and the thrill, it's outstanding, simulation.
Yeah, well, and firstly, to be in front of the camera when you've worked behind the camera most of your life, it's quite frightening.
Yeah,
I won't lie, because you always know being behind the camera. So
yes.
The commentating part, I enjoy it a lot because there's no camera there.
Okay, so nobody's watching you, they're only hearing you.
They can only hear. So I'm by myself. That is where I become free as a paid.
Okay,
So
that's a good point.
That's where I enjoy myself there.
So they lock you in that commentary box and you're just free.
I lock myself there, then I'm
free. You can sing,
so
dance, shout, and
nobody can
commentary.
Come inside. Yes.
Okay, and that's where, and it tells simulation, because you can hear in your commentaries that there's love, there's excitement, there's passion. And of course you're going to make mistakes. Everybody, we all, the presenters, make mistakes on a daily basis. Nobody's perfect. So, yeah, and the thrill of it, and to learn the colours. I mean, you've just adapted so quickly.
Yeah, I started off being here in horse racing, and I'm a punter as well. So you'll know which tables to follow and what colours are doing well at that time, and all that. So to study the colours, it's much easier. It's only becomes a little bit challenging on champion season where trainers from all over the country come. But because I punt everywhere, so most of the colours I do know you do know by heart. So so it becomes easier in that way. Except for new colours, but you know we get used to them. But because horse racing is not one race meeting; it's an everyday thing. Yes. Besides mine in South Africa, but. All the other days, we follow our horses.
Because you both work at GallopTV full-time studios, so you know you as you say, watching racing every day.
Every day.
Yeah, the commentary with Richard Free breaking the record. You must have. How did you contain yourself? We could hear in your voice it was so exciting, but you just remained calm and cool in your body.
Saloke hambe njalo phana Bavarian Beauty nangu double grand slam manje sondela give me a shot hamdinga siyaza zonke ke manje ke siyafuhleleka njengamanje siza zonke nangu happy chance Bavarian Beauty double grand slam give me a shot double grand slam nangeza futhi nalaphana uhamdinga double grand slam uyahamba ke manje hamdinga uyana ingozi double grand slam hamdinga wesibili Bavarian Beauty give me a shot happy chance yahloko minhlwele double grand slam Richard Free zikhi zamadoda waliphula irekhodi ubeselilinganisileke useliphulileke manje irekhodi elisha 335 elika Richard Fourie winile kahle kakhulu phana ngo double grand slam owina umjako omuhle kakhulu double grand slam nayi salute yoduma eyemiliyoni ke leya salute.
It's because it's something that we've been waiting for, which is exciting. The record has been standing for many years. I don't know how many to be exact, but it's been there for many years. So for Richard to break it and just in the middle of the season, not even towards the end, still a month and a half to go. So it was something amazing for me. I thought maybe the first thing to happen to me will be calling the July for the first time, but that thing it happened before, so it was a big event for me.
Are they going to possibly have you calling the July in IsiZulu this year, or is it still a bit young for that? Has that been discussed yet?
It haven't been discussed yet, but the way it's going, I'm hoping so, because the July is for everyone, so everybody in South Africa will want to will participate in the July.
Correct, absolutely.
So
good point.
I think they will allow me a chance to call it July.
Okay, well that's exciting. Richard Fourie's day, I was so sad that I wasn't here, but the noise, the clapping, the shouting, you must have loved it.
Very, very loved it, Warren. It was an exciting day for everyone, especially for those who are following Richard Fourie, as I am one of them who following him. So it was an absolutely amazing day.
Now, please, I'm going to ask you this question, but be very careful now, because a lot of fun happens behind the scenes, which maybe we shouldn't admit, but it's always good, clean fun. And live television, things happen. You know, you can drop your microphone, somebody can make a joke, or you may be out of focus. It happens behind the scenes, but you obviously try not to let the public see the little error that's happened behind the scenes. What's it like? I mean, have you come across any experiences where you thought, yo, that was close, or that was funny? I mean, do the presenters keep you entertained?
Yeah, there's a lot happening behind the scenes, the jokes and everything. But I think working with you and Kevin and being in a parade ring, then you're busy, you're live on TV, then somebody comes and wants to speak to you, and comes just in front of the camera, not
knowing you're live.
Not even knowing that you're live, and go past the camera and speak to you. It's, it's something else.
It's something else, yeah. There has been certainly some moments, and you know, also working with the likes of Paul Lafferty, who's always willing jokes. It helps you pass the day, doesn't it?
Yes, but to work with the presenters, it's a lovely thing, you know. Sometimes they're making things couldn't think that they are on air. Like as you said, you mentioned Paul Lafferty, he will just walk up, just comes into the chair, just walking out while we're still on air.
Then you'll see that he's wearing shorts, but they probably didn't know because
yes,
they're seeing the top side of
the Gallop sleeve. Absolutely. Betting now, obviously, do you enjoy taking? I'd say obviously, maybe it's not obvious. Do you enjoy having a little bet?
I always bet, Warren. I always bet. I'm not afraid of it. I always bet. I can call myself a punter.
Yes.
Because you know what's interesting about betting, especially when you work here, for me. I'm just talking about myself. I will come with the 25 rand and then go back home with the 800 rand. That's what keep me. Like to punt, because it's make me having something back home.
Correct.
Sometimes I came to Greyville with 20 rand, go back with 200 rand. It's something for me. That's keep pushing me how to do the betting.
Yeah, and I suppose because it also in Ndumiso, it also teaches you to be quite disciplined, because we all know that. You know, we can lose sometimes. You know,
yes.
I've come to the races sometimes with $50 and go home with 0. So it happens, and I'm sure it's happened to you guys too. But what I'm saying is it teaches you to be disciplined, knowing that.
It is, as I mentioned earlier on, Warren, that I treat this thing as a game. I know in game you win, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Yeah.
So if I'm winning today, it's happy for me.
Yes.
If I lose, it's a bad day for me.
Yeah.
So currently I won't stop trying.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. And what's your favorite bet, Sim? All bets, like me. They say, what's your favorite bet? I say everything.
Yeah, all bets, Warren. So
well, let me put it to you this way: what have you been the most successful at? The win bet or a PA?
It's the multiples.
Multiples,
Yeah,
eh?
it's
Okay.
double and
Multiple
triple,
comes,
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I know. What I like about horse racing, what I can tell the punters who bet, it's not like soccer. I'm not saying they mustn't bet soccer, rugby, or any other sport, but horse racing. The horses are running in an interval of 35 minutes.
Yes.
So you always have a chance in every half an hour. You have a chance to make or to lose. So for me, it's become much easier than to play soccer, which will take me 2 hours for a game to finish. In fact, 3 hours for a game to finish. Then I've put in 5 games. Like I've said, I've played multiples. 5 games. So how many hours will I have to wait before I see if I'm making money or losing money?
Yeah, so what you're basically saying is quite clear. It's a quick turnover, quick return, in the sense that, so you have a bet on race 1, you're either successful or unsuccessful.
Yeah. Then you
restructure yourself, look at your form, wait 35 minutes, boom, you've got another chance. And then 35, and that's a good point.
And it's interesting, Warren, because this game, it's a game of information. You came here knowing nothing, and then you will hear people where they're speaking. They said, hey, Richard Forey will win race 8. Richard Forey will win race 5. And then you collect things, and then you
construct your bets accordingly.
Yeah.
Sure. Yes. Okay. Where did you matriculate? Which school did you go to?
I went to Cavazel High School in Ambo near Hillcrest.
Okay.
That's where I matriculated.
I matriculated at Welpe Dutch West at Ndumiso Mngadi.
Okay, and guys, anyone go to? I didn't. I haven't got any tertiary education, but anyone get to university?
Yes, I did go to Technical Natal to do video technology.
Okay.
That's why I'm in love with TV.
Yeah, I get the chance to do the learning program with SABC. There was partnership with the Ndumiso at that time. I do 2 years there. It's where I know up in the film industries.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Okay, and home now. I mean, where do you stay? I mean, are you fairly close to Hollywood Beds Gravel, or is it quite a journey to get here?
Here, for me, it's a quiet journey, but not that long because I'm staying at Welpe Dutch West, Chatsworth.
Okay.
Yes.
And Simi?
I stay in one so in Porterfield, so it's a long journey.
It's a bit of a journey. Okay. Your family, are you married, girlfriend, wife, anything?
No, I'm not.
You're free as a bird?
I'm just free. I'm free but not available as yet.
Free but not available. The guys behind the scenes are enjoying that. Free but not available. Okay, he's just letting you know, ladies. Free but not available just yet. He's got other things to sort out. But obviously no kids then. Well, I say obviously people have kids without being married. No kids.
No kids, Warren. No kids.
Now, is there a missus?
Not yet, but on the way I've got 3 kids with her.
Okay, oh fantastic. 3 kids. How old are they?
3 daughters. The first one is 16.
3 daughters. Hang on, 3 daughters. You see here, no hair. We've got 2.
Maybe 3 here. No
starting. Okay, 3 daughters. Yeah, we've got 2, and this is what's happened. But continue. How old are they?
16, 14, and 12.
Okay, fantastic. Lovely. So they on the way to adulthood.
Yes.
Okay, lovely. You've touched on what other sports you like, but besides sports, any other hobbies? I mean, do you have? Is it racing, soccer, nothing else? I mean, is there cricket you've mentioned?
For me, it's just soccer only.
Okay, and then obviously your church.
Church. Because on my
passion.
spare time, I'm going to church.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The future, please God, is bright because you've started this now and you seem to be loving it. What is your intentions or what is your goal for the future?
I wish I can grow in the commentary in horse racing because it hasn't been done and I think there is a market for it.
Yes.
Since we know that Zulu speaking people are the majority in this country, so I think there is a market for them.
Yes.
So I think it will. I'm hoping it grows and more people come get into horse racing, because it's nice. I know that most people haven't been introduced, mostly young people, but if they get into it, I know this industry will grow high. Commentary
it's a full-time job, but it's not a full-time job. You can't commentate on a Tuesday at Greyville when there's no horses. So obviously you would still like to maintain, like what I do is I'm at the media center every day, but I work at race days. So do you only want to commentate, or do you want to continue doing all your other responsibilities?
No, I still want to continue to do all I'm doing at the television industry, the producing, working on Gallop TV, yes.
It's basically you're just adding commentaries full-time in IsiZulu to your CV, basically.
Yes.
Same sort of thoughts, Ndumiso?
Yes, I wanted to see myself growing to do in presenting, and as well as I want to get a chance to commentary as well. I wanted to be grown, but I as I've mentioned earlier, that's to have Sanele on my right-hand side. I know that I could do it.
I've just thought of something now, and I'm going to give you a few minutes because we're near the end. I'm just going to give you a few minutes to think, and if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. But how I close this podcast, the team will tell you. At the end of the podcast, I say, that's us, have a good day's racing. We'll see you, as always, in the number 1 box, like D's is Salani Gashle. Once I've done that, I want you to maybe give us the final 500 meters of the Hollywood Bets Durban in July, how you think it's going to run. Are you happy with that?
Okay,
you're happy with that? Okay, so we're going to do, not now, think about it. In other words, you need to tell me, that's going to tell us who you think is going to win, run second, third, and fourth. So think about it for a little while. But that's how we'll end. When I end, the team behind the scenes, they know the cue. When I say we'll see you, as always, in the number 1 box, Mr. Sanele will go straight into his commentary. We cut and we hold him to his selections. No, I'm only joking. We don't hold anyone to their selections because you win and you lose. Now, racehorse ownership. Have you ever experienced, because that's now another whole thing, have you ever experienced racehorse ownership before? And would you like to, if not? For now, not, but I would like to. Okay. Yes. Syndications, what are your opinions on syndication? Syndicates?
They're a very nice thing to happen in horse racing, because they give everyone an opportunity to own a racehorse. I've been part of one syndicate, the People Syndicate, so just owning a share there, it's nice, and it's not too costly for first-time buyers or first-time owners, because you share the cost of the horse.
Yeah. Okay, so that's something we must, that you must look into, because and there's so many syndicates around, because it is good fun. It is, you meet some people that say, well, they only prefer to have a bet. They're not interested in owning a horse, but that's fine. That's their choice. But the point I'm trying to make is that having a share in a racehorse and watching that horse run, it's a different kind of excitement, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a different kind of feeling. And to know that you own that beautiful big animal, you own it somehow.
Yeah. And there was a trainer in Cape Town yesterday, I think Mr. Greg Enyen, I'm sure it was him. If it's not, I apologize. But he said there's so many syndicates here, and there's so many owners in the syndicate, and they might only own 5%, but they refer to it as their horse, which it is. The percentage doesn't come into it, whether you've got 1%, 5%, 100%. The fact of the matter is that you own a share in your horse. That's the horse. And that's the message I'm trying to get across, is that don't be shy. If you only want to own 5%, or you can only afford, like most, like myself, 5 and 10%, that's great. 2% is also fine. But you get attached to that horse. Lastly, I'm going to ask you about the July, the Hollywood Bets Durban July. Or maybe let me not ask you just yet about the Hollywood Bets Durban July. Do you have a favorite horse that you love to see at the races?
Yes.
Who is that?
See it again.
See it again. Okay, see it again. You must have been, what a run on the weekend, Ndumiso.
Absolutely. I was telling Sanele that see it again.
Race over.
it will win this race. And as now I can say, Warren, Seats Again will win Devon July.
Okay, so that's your that's no, he's confident. That's good to be confident, and looking at Seats Again's overall form and the way that Mr. Michael Roberts is bringing this horse on, and that run on last weekend was outstanding in third. So he could be on to something. From my side, I just want to say on behalf of Gold Circle and on behalf of the racing fraternity, we're exceptionally proud of you guys. All the very best, and we really look forward to following you on your journey. It's been an absolute pleasure having you both here on the podcast, and I look forward to many happy years together. But well done.
Thank you so much,
Ndumiso, congratulations, and all the best for the future.
Thanks
Sumi, well done, hey? All the best. So today we're recording on a Wednesday, so by the time this podcast gets flighted, the race meeting at Hollywood Bets Greyville on this Wednesday will have come and gone. But Sanele, you're in the commentary box all day, is that correct?
Yes.
You will be behind the camera.
Camera box.
Okay. So you're working today, I believe, with Mr. Rahil Radhakrishna
Yes.
and Mr. Paul Lafferty. So there will be entertainment for you today.
Absolutely.
Absolutely entertainment. Okay, are you ready? Because I'm going to end. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure and an absolute treat to sit here in this podcast room with my two colleagues. I wish them sincerely all the very best, and to watch their journey and to watch them grow is absolutely phenomenal. And let's just hope they go from strength to strength, because they're good men, they're passionate about horses, they're passionate about horse racing, they're passionate about betting. And to find those people, it's not easy, few and far between. But that, from me, is the last you're going to hear from me. That's a wrap. To the team behind the scenes, thank you very much for your constant support and your brilliant work that you always do for us. And be safe, be kind, punt well. And as always, before I hand you over to Mr. Sanele for his final 400 or 500 meters of the Hollywood Bets Durban July of 2024, in his opinion, we will see you, as always, in the number 1 box.
Xaxayene bendi njengamanje people picture lapho ngaphambili nosimanga khumalo David King nangesondela nangu Royal Victory Seats Again Green with Envy zonke ziyasondela njengamanje Cousin Casey nazi sondela kakhulu ke njengamanje people picture lokho bahole njalo nangu Seats Again esondela Green with Envy nangu Green with Envy lapha yana nange lapho Future Swing people picture lapha yana ukhona Green with Envy blanket finish angazi ukuthi ubani uzothwinile yicela semajaji njengamanje amashi mkhambe awu8 lapha yana wonke across line engathi ayafana asazi icela semajajini konke okwami ngibusela kubona asibonane ngerace elandelayo.
Let's hope it Seats Again.
Remember to subscribe, like, and follow us on the Gallop TV YouTube channel. If you missed last week's episode of In the Box Seat, click right here and you'll be able to watch it at your leisure.